gentlemen, my namaskar to you all, to the most honorable ambassador and ambassadors of many countries who are here this evening. It's a great honor for me to be here tonight.
Hello.
In the capital of India. The capital of India. Actually, the word India, the true translation is Bharat. Bharat Mata. And I consider Bharat Mata to be my adopted mother. Very lovingly, she has adopted me. Why? Because what is the meaning of Bharat? Bha means prakash, illumination, the illumination of spiritual wisdom. And what is Rata? Rata means dedication, absorption. Those who are dedicated to and those who are absorbed in the discovery of Bha, the prakash, the illumination of spiritual knowledge, those persons can be called Bharatiya. The residents of India. So today is also a most auspicious occasion because it is the eve of International Human Rights Day. That comes tomorrow. And yesterday, what was yesterday? Gita Jayanti. Yesterday was Gita Jayanti, the day that Sri Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita and shared the teachings of Sanatana Dharma with the world. Sanatana Dharma. Oh, I want to mention that I'm involved in the interreligious dialogue. Interreligious dialogue is very important because if we don't speak, then we may fight. The dialogue is the alternative to conflict. So dialogue is important. And India has a great deal to offer the world in terms of the spiritual knowledge. Because Sanatana Dharma is a universal. What is a religion? The Indian conception of religion is not sectarian, but rather Dharma is considered to be like a bull. A bull moves on 4 legs. So the 4 legs of Dharma are 1. Satya, truthfulness. 2. Socha, cleanliness. 3. Daya, mercy. And 4. Tapa, austerity. Wherever a culture is cultivating the truthfulness, the cleanliness, the mercy and the austerity, then there we can say, here is Dharma. So we can recognize the Dharma in our brothers of the various religions of the world. Where there is Dharma, the truthfulness, then there is no corruption. Where there is cleanliness, there is no pollution. Corruption and pollution, these are some of the main problems the world is facing today. Where there is daya, where there is mercy, compassion, there are human rights. Compassion, human rights, means to look upon those who, being in a situation less fallen, less fortunate than ourselves, and to reach out to them with compassion so that they can find happiness in their life. And finally, tapa. Tapa is very important. Austerity. It is something which is not spoken of so much in education today. Mainly education teaches people to enjoy and indulge. But actually, there's no freedom in this. People speak about freedom, but only the person who does tapa, austerity, can become free from slavery to his own passions. So, if one is not free from the slavery to his own passions, then you will find that you cannot be truthful, you cannot be clean, and you cannot show mercy to others. So India is has a great history of these universal principles of Sanatana Dharma. I would like to also express my gratitude to the Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji. because he's doing so much to help uphold tradition. Tradition is very important. In this modern age, the material, secular globalization is spreading everywhere and gradually eroding the traditions and the individual character and cultures of different countries, and all become blended into one. So this is not productive and does not bring happiness to the people. I want to show you one report. A university in Japan made a study in England, and they interviewed so many students in England, and they found that 9 out of 10 young persons in England think that life has no purpose. How did it happen? In the Western countries in the 60s, there was a cultural revolution, there was a sexual revolution, and so on. And people broke away from their past traditions. Now, only 50 years later, almost everyone, even the educated persons, are thinking life has no purpose. So my dear brothers and sisters, hold on very tightly to your traditions, to your religion, and to your devotion. Otherwise, the future generations will become lost. So this is what I want to speak a little about this evening, and that is the spiritual education. Here is a very wonderful report. Modi ji has been, of course, traveling around the world, meeting with world leaders. And in his own words, he said, almost every world leader he meets brings up the subject immediately with him about yoga. So I think that yoga is India's greatest export. Because of yoga, that is, and I'm not speaking so much about the physical side, that's also good for health. But meditation, how to have peace of heart, peace of mind, have a purity of thoughts, and make a connection with God. This is the true purpose of yoga. So, my name is Prem Prayojan. I have an international academy, Chaitanya Academy, and our base is in Vrindavan. That is the holy land of Sri Krishna, the place of love. And we are focusing our attempts to make a synthesis by taking the Sanskrit Vedas, the wisdom of the Upanishads, of Vedanta, of the Bhagavad Gita. We are now in a position to make a complete synthesis of science, religion, philosophy, and psychology, to have a very clear vision of life, that people from all backgrounds, from all religions, can practice meditation and overcome the many traumas, internal traumas and problems. Nowadays, we've made great advancement in technology, but what has this technology brought us? Many young people feel lost, they feel without purpose. There is so much ADHD, attention deficit disorder, and also social media addiction. And this causes a great deal of stress in the minds of the young people. So I'm asking all of you, my dear brothers and sisters, come together and collaborate with us in propagating within the education system the great treasure of India, the universal principles of Sanatana Dharma, presented in the form of practical meditation. Because when we speak about human rights, very often we think about poor people that are suffering, and it's necessary to help them. But not only poor people, even very wealthy people, even very educated and successful people, they undergo extreme stress and trauma and even become suicidal because they did not take the time to know about themselves. So if the meditation can enter into the educational system at a very early age, then we'll have a much happier world where there is truthfulness, cleanliness, compassion, human rights, and the self-control, the austerity that brings everyone into a state of good character and pure love for the Supreme Lord. Thank you very much.